Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
Welcome to episode 57 of Inside 300, presented by InsideTheMagic.com. I'm your host, Brian Peru, here at Epcot, home to the brand new Harmonious. It's time to get you caught up on everything you need to know about Disney parks in the next 300 seconds. So, let's start the clock.
Huge news to kick things off on this Saturday morning. The official release date for Disney's Genie service and Genie Plus paid service was announced yesterday for Walt Disney World. October 19th will not only mark my dog's birthday, but also the launch of the new app, and with it, Lightning Lane, the Fast Pass Plus replacement. It's going to cost guests $15 for Genie Plus, which will include the ability to select the next available arrival window for over 40 attractions, rather than waiting in your normal standby line, aka making a Fast Pass reservation. Guests can begin making these reservations at 7 a.m. on the day of their park ticket. They'll simply have to purchase the Genie Plus upgrade. Once your arrival window has passed or you've used your Lightning Lane, you can then select your next ride. You can also make Lightning Lane reservations across multiple parks as long as you have the Park Hopper ticket synced to your phone. The biggest note here, though, is that while 40 different attractions surely is a lot, there are a special 8 rides, 2 per park, that will not be included in your normal Lightning Lane / Genie Plus purchase. Meaning even if you spend $15 to skip some lines, you won't be able to do it with these 8. Unless, of course, you cough up some more money and pay for each skip individually. Here's your highly anticipated list of the rides that you'll have to pay for if you don't want to wait in the regular queue. Representing Magic Kingdom, Space Mountain, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Over at Epcot, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and Frozen Ever After. Representing Hollywood Studios, Rise of the Resistance and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And finally, representing Animal Kingdom, Flight of Passage and Expedition Everest. There you have it, the expensive 8. How much will it cost to skip the line for each of these? Well, that's going to change per day and season. But for that first day, prices are hovering around the $10 mark, depending on the attraction. If we use Disneyland Paris as a reference point, we might be able to gauge how high Disney World might be willing to go in the future. Disneyland Paris is now operating on a paid Premier Access system where guests can pay to jump to the front of the line, similar to what Disney World is doing with these exclusive 8 rides. And as you can see here, Tower of Terror over in France tops the list with a US dollar equivalent amount of $18. So it wouldn't shock me to see it running towards $20, maybe even more, to skip the line for something like Rise of the Resistance during peak season. It is worth noting that purchasing Genie Plus will not be necessary to purchase a line skip on one of these exclusive 8, though if you're willing to spend almost $15 for Frozen Ever After, you're probably also willing to spend $15 for 40 attractions that include Test Track, Soarin', and the GOAT, Living with the Land. Once again, October 19th is the day when the new Genie service will kick in. Shrek 4D at Universal Orlando Resort will be kicking the curb this upcoming year, as the company stated that the 18-year-old attraction will be shutting its gates on January 10, 2022, so get there quickly if you want to enjoy it. The simulator ride is one of the first attractions guests encounter when entering the park, and there's no word yet on what will replace it. DreamWorks will reportedly be heavily involved in Epic Universe, Universal Orlando's next park, that is opening hopefully in our lifetimes, so perhaps we'll see a Shrek attraction appear over there. The infamous meet and greet location next door, often made famous by Donkey, will apparently stay put. Thank goodness. In our last episode, we highlighted all of the returning entertainment coming back to Walt Disney World, and now Disney Cruise Line said, hey, I want to get in on the fun, as they released a video highlighting what future guests aboard their vessels can expect. Following having their names announced as they board the ship, which has been customary for years, guests will be invited into the boat's atrium for an interactive musical moment with Captains Mickey and Minnie. After that, guests dining in the Enchanted Garden restaurant can now expect to see the Fab Five make rounds throughout the dining location, In the Royal Palace and Royal Court restaurants, which are on the Dream and Fantasy respectively, princesses will greet guests as they enter for their reserved dinner time. Guests can once again expect to see surprise appearances from favorite characters throughout their journey, including, once again, appearing on Castaway Cay, Disney's private island. The sister ships of the Dream and Fantasy are exclusively departing out of Port Canaveral. That's going to do it for another episode of Inside 300. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Click that bell icon. This way you're notified whenever we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Brian Perry, and until next time,
bye-bye.